want to chime in on this. I looked at the story in the Herald today. I looked at the Globe. Was there a story on this protest in the Globe today?
Yeah, there was something about 2,000, 3,000 people out yesterday in the freezing cold. Because there is a commitment coming from all quarters of the community, not coming from one neighborhood. Okay. It's coming from people as far away.
All right, so it's good that the Globe readers saw it as well. I mean, it's a great picture in the that Nancy Lane took in the Herald today, accompanying Gayla Cawley's story. We'll take a break. If you'd like to talk with Louis Aliso, 617-254-1030, 617-931-1030. Louis has taken on many fights during his career here in Boston on social justice issues, and I suspect he sees it very clearly as just another one of those fights. I think that the story needs more publicity, and that's why we're talking about it tonight. I hope you'll join the conversation. It may not affect you if you don't live in Boston, but it's a question of fairness and equity. And at this point, those people who were standing out in the cold yesterday, they're getting, in my opinion, the short end of the stick. Back on Nightside right after this. 617-254-1030, 617-931-1030. This is Louis Aliso. Louis is a community activist in Boston for many years, president of the Garrison Trotter Neighborhood Association, and they are opposed to the demolition of White Stadium and the construction of a soccer stadium for the use of a new female soccer team that has been granted a team in Boston. With us now, a friend of many years and someone who's a big advocate for schoolboy sports, himself quite an athlete, former NHL player, Paul Stewart, who lives down the Cape. Stu, I hope you don't mind me introducing you, but I want to get you, because it touches on a subject I know you're concerned about. I want to get your credentials in front of the audience. Go right ahead.
Well, I spend many, many years every Friday afternoon watching my dad coach Boston English as they played at White Stadium. And I remember in the springtime, my dad's baseball team tryouts were always at I think that would be the south end of the stadium. As well, they had track and field. And I think back to when the Patriots were thinking about, they had been over at BU, they were thinking about trying to take over White Stadium, and that was shot down because of the fact that my dad told me this, that there was a fund called the George Robert White Fund who had financed the stadium when they first built it for the benefit of the students of the city of Boston. In fact, in the mid-'70s, Northeastern University, who had played at Perkins Field in Brookline, which was half dirt, half grass, they eventually dropped their football program because they couldn't get a stadium. They tried to get the White Stadium, and that was rejected because the schoolboy stadium, I guess the entire way the documents were set up was only for the students and the children of the city of Boston.
Yeah, it was probably a charitable trust, which probably exists to this day. By the way, people who don't remember Northeastern football, they had some pretty good football players coming out of there, including a tight end by the name of Dan Ross. Paul, say hello to Louis. I know where your heart would be on this. Louis, this is a friend of mine, Paul Stewart. And he's someone that you guys should probably talk to because he understands the history of this facility.
Well, I grew up in Dorchester and Jamaica Plain, and as I say, I was at White Stadium quite often. And the fact of the matter is that if the soccer team is at the one side of the stadium, not the side closest to the neighborhood, the other side was gutted by fire. And the fact is that if this soccer team wanted to utilize the stadium with the stands as is, refurbish them, put maybe new benches, seats in and such, and utilized it for a year or two until the other soccer stadium is built out by the old racetrack, I think that would be appropriate because the refurbishments that they would have, very similar to what the Boston Whalers did in '72 when they came in and assisted with the rebuilding of the Boston Arena. So yeah, come use our stadium, fix it up, use it, but you're not going to be here for long. And that, to me, because the students and the children of the city of Boston really should own that place.
Yep. Well, that is what Lewis says. Lewis, you want to comment on what Paul had to say? He's obviously in your corner.
Well, Paul is 100%. He's spot on. And you know, when I came to Boston back in '72, there were programs and activities going there, and I've always lived on Seaver Street or Hudson Street, but now I've been on Seaver Street for more than 50 years. And I can tell you there were programs and activities that happen there on a regular basis. There for schoolboys, schoolgirls, activities. It's been the center of activity in sports for all the memorial games, the Thanksgiving classics, and things of that nature. The idea that this mayor wants to take it and turn it over to a private concern is no longer being a stadium. It's now becoming an entertainment center, which I think is what they want to do. But the importance is it's supposed to be for the students in Boston Public Schools. They want to take more than $100 million and give it over to a private concern, and they're not trying to maintain the track and field. Matter of fact, we don't have a comprehensive plan for track and field layout. The part of the stadium that was by fire, the east wing of the stadium, that's the school department that they're going to take it over. And the west wing, the United Boston Soccer League said that they were going to fix it up. But what they want to do is turn it into, you know, box seats and luxury chairs and jumbo cars and things of that nature. That does not service the children in public schools. That's not giving anything to the athletic programs in Boston, which is definitely in need of a professional field.
All right, Paul. Paul,
it's not about our children.
Lewis, hold on. I got another call I do want to take. Stu, you said a lot in a brief period of time. You know the history.
I just wanted to add to it that, you know, come use our stadium and add to it. Very similar to what happened. You know, I played golf at Franklin Park, and we had my dad's tournament there for years. And the fact is that, you know, that course was derelict, the Donald Ross course, and you know, Bill Flynn was leased the course and they fixed it up, and now it's back into the spot where it should be, in the hands of the neighborhood, and some great golfers have come out of there. We had Chichi Rodriguez there. We had Tiger Woods when he was an amateur come and give lessons to the kids, and I think that this could be the same formula. Don't also forget that MassDOT tried to take over East Boston Stadium, very similarly built, same design, and yet for some reason it was also a property that didn't belong to anybody but the students and the children of the city of Boston.
Well, I think both you gentlemen agree. I hope you can get you together at some point. If either one of you need the other's number, let me know. Paul, I got to get one more in. Thanks, friend. Always great to talk to you.
Yes, Mr. President. Mr. President.
Appreciate your information.
Thanks, Stu. Thank you much, pal.
Thank you,
I appreciate that.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mark, I got you in here under the wire, buddy. Go right ahead, Mark.
Dan. I've become very disenchanted with Michelle Wu. It's as if she has turned into a dictator before our very eyes. I mean, there's this controversy over White Stadium.
Yes, yep, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, Nickerson Field at BU would have been a perfectly good alternative, closer to public transportation.
Yeah, you're the second person. You're the second person who mentioned that, Mark. I agree with you.
And there's the dispute over outdoor seating in the north end, and I suggested a compromise, just one row of two-person table, but I seem to have been entirely ignored.
Oh, you're not special. A lot of people feel ignored, Mark. So join the club.
Yeah.
Join the club. All right, Mark.
Well,
look, you got it in, and I got you in late, but I'm running late here, and I got to wrap it up.
I understand,
with
Dan. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. You made some great points in a brief period of time. Thanks, Mark. Lewis, thank you for the fight that you are carrying on. If there's anything that I can do for you, Rob will give you my direct line.
Thank you for the opportunity, and what you're doing is most important. Keep getting people to understand This isn't about Dorchester or Roxbury, Jamaica Plain. This is about the city of Boston. People who play golf here. People bring their kids to the zoo. People who love Franklin Park, but people who love and appreciate Frederick Law Olmsted. This is an historic landmark that is being destroyed with little or no thought about what the long-term benefits will be for the children of the city of Boston, their families, and the students. So,
well said, Lewis. Great to hear your voice. It sounds as strong as it ever did, and in a dispute like this, you tend to be on the side of the people, and on their behalf, I thank you for doing it. If I can be of any help to you, you let me know. Rob will give you my direct line.
Your show has been tremendous. Thank you so much, and keep the word up.
Thanks, Lewis. We will hang there, and Rob will give you my direct line in case you need to reach me. When we come back, we're going to change topics, lighten up a little bit, but actually an important topic. Valentine's, 2 weeks from today, creating happy and healthy relationships. We're going to talk with a couples therapist, a licensed couple